My A-level grades were horrid, terrible. I was embarrassed. I can't even lie to you.
Don't even know what my A-level grades are. My GCSE grades are probably more similar to my degree grades that I'm getting now. And welcome to Apprenticeish, where we talk all about apprentices, apprenticeships, kind of. I haven't really been as clear and open as to how I became an apprentice, my experience before I got here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my educational journey and how I ended up being an apprentice. We're going all the way back to GCSEs, all the way back for me, maybe not for you. How can I put this?
I was kind of trifling, I can't lie.
Before my GCSEs, I was doing too much. I don't feel like I really applied myself until I was like, okay, no, I genuinely want to be a lawyer, and in order to do that, I need to be great.
So?
I took maths, English literature, English language, those were two separate ones, French, ICT, PE, drama, chemistry, physics, biology, history. I took some of my GCSEs, I took two of my GCSEs early. One of them I had to retake because I was trifling, basically, let's just say that. And then I move on to college sixth form. I think the best way for me to explain this is you need to pick where you want to do your A-levels or B-Techs wisely. Don't just stay in your secondary school to do your A-levels or your B-Techs just because it's easier and you feel like you won't need to work as hard. Honestly, you need to pick an environment where you believe that you will flourish, and in order to do that, you need to have a look at yourself and think about, honestly, if you're not really disciplined, then you might need to think about what environment would encourage you to be disciplined. You don't need to suffer, and don't just leave your secondary school because I don't know, everyone's like,
oh, he wants to stay here,
Forget that, okay? This is about you and your future.
I say that because I genuinely am so grateful for my college experience. So for those who don't know, I went to Woodhouse College and I went to Whitefield as my secondary school. The reason I left was because, number one, they didn't have the A-levels that I wanted to do. So I took classical civilization, philosophy, French, and then English literature. I dropped to A2, which I definitely would say was my biggest error. My A-level grades were horrid.
terrible.
I was embarrassed.
I can't even lie to you. I don't know what it was. I wasn't thriving. Maybe because I actually did need the additional support and I just obviously wasn't getting it because I didn't realize that I needed it. So I just put so many hours into it. This is where I'm just babes, everyone out there, work smart, not hard, okay? I broke my back during my A-levels. If you guys have ever heard of different sleep cycles, so biphasic, triphasic, I tried to do the everyman one, which is the most extreme. The point that I'm making is my A-level grades were just, I wept the entire day. The day that I got my results and they were terrible, I wept. After I wept, I was like, okay, cool, you've cried now, make a plan. And the plan, if I have a picture of it, I will insert it on the page. The only thing that I didn't do in plan A was travel every single weekend. I finished my apprenticeship. I got better A-level grades. I went to university. I feel like I had quite a good foundation when it came to working and studying in law. Maybe this is 2 years after my A-levels. And so at the end of the second year, I applied for this degree apprenticeship. To clarify, before I got to this position, there was a 2-year gap year. The first year I was retaking some modules, and I also completed an advanced apprenticeship in business admin whilst working in a law firm at the same time. And then in the second year of my gap year, I worked first in a media legal company, and then I moved into an immigration firm. Sorry, I don't remember how long I'd been working there for, but I was just I need to apply to uni. I need to start becoming a lawyer. I don't know what I'm doing in this 2-year gap year. We need to be moving. So then I applied for university. I did uni and studying full-time for 3 months.
It almost took me out.
I genuinely don't even know how intense that was, because 3 months after I started my apprenticeship, so I would have been 6 months into university, we had the panorama.
Team, we actually thank God.
Then obviously I started university and I applied for the apprenticeship. So just to be clear, I had been applying for apprenticeships the moment I finished my A-level. So even with my terrible A-level results, I had been applying left, right, and center. And then I was like, hold on. I didn't get anywhere. But just to be clear, I was just like, why am I applying to all these places like I even want to work there? Number one. Number two, I was just so, I think, over it. I think by the third year that I had been applying, I was kind of over it, and I was just like, let me just take a break, focus on what I need to focus on, and then keep it pushing. But by that time, you know, I'd been spreading the word in my community about degree apprenticeships, and I was like, hardcore degree apprenticeships, amazing. Even though I couldn't get one, I feel like everyone should do it. I was in the first 3 months of me going to university, someone that I know from my network, actually really cool as well, like I actually love her, but she was like, you should apply for this degree apprenticeship. I remember you telling me about it, and this is going to be amazing, and this is a great place and a great firm, and this is all for, you know, you and it, basically your values align. And I was like, ma'am, I'm tired. Okay, I have been rejected from apprenticeships before. My A-level grades are like basic at best, and as obsessed as I am about like the law, the legal profession, it's actually hard to like make your way in there. So I was just like, honey, I'm tired. Okay, tired with a capital T. And then, you know, I was praying. I'm a babe of faith. Okay, babe of faith here. I was praying, and I was just like, honey, just apply. So I did, and here we are. I am now a fourth year solicitor apprentice, and I can honestly say this journey has been so interesting. I've learned a huge amount, as you probably can imagine. I'm training to become a lawyer, and that's why I also posted another video, like I think ages ago, is that it only ever takes one yes for like everything to change. I just want to say, basically, if your results were not A1, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There are other routes to getting to the same destination. So I'm sending you guys all my love, and I will see you in the next video. À plus tard.